Welcome to yet another episode of World Cup Express. Today we are going to be analysing Chris Gayle's brilliant double hundred against Zimbabwe at Canberra. And who better to talk about it than our resident West Indies expert Bharat Sundaresan, who is the special correspondent of the Indian Express. Welcome to the show, Bharat.
Thanks, Chandresh. At the start, I just want to ask Mr. Gayle a question. What took you so long? Because if you think about it, if anyone should have scored a double hundred in one-day cricket, it had to be Chris Gayle. We've seen him destroy bowling attacks across formats, across countries, across T20 tournaments, and it's taken him 5 years after Sachin Tendulkar made that first double hundred, broke the 4-minute mile barrier to do so, and I'm glad he did it, and I'm sure the West Indies are glad that he's back in form.
I think the West Indies should also thank the DRS technology because he was out first ball he faced in that match.
Well, it can go either way, right? That is sport for you. But the fact that, in his post-match interview, he himself said that he'd been waiting to do it for a while. He said that he scored just 100 ever since they brought in the 4-field restriction rule. And that was, 2 years ago. So Chris Gayle has been waiting for this moment for a long time. And the West Indies couldn't have asked for a better moment than this for him, like I said, to come back into form and in a way that only Chris Gayle can. Because after surviving that LBW appeal, he was jittery. He was jittery to start with, probably all those thoughts going in his head. And if you notice, he said that he didn't want to get out of the first ball. He was like, no, I don't want to get out of the first ball. And then you felt bad for Zimbabwe. It was like they were faced with a firing squad. No mercy, please. Left.
And I think I'm also very pleased to see that Chris Gayle, who was in the firing line of the West Indies Cricket Board, especially after they dropped Dwayne Bravo and Kieron Pollard, he's coming good. But I think the thing with Chris Gayle is the fact that he doesn't score against the big teams. He scores against all the lesser boys.
I totally disagree with you. 2007 World T20, he started the tournament with 100. He was the first guy to get a T20 100. Now he has 2 triple hundreds in Test cricket, a double hundred in one-day cricket, and 100 in T20 cricket and the IPL. What more can you ask for? And I want to end this show on behalf of Mr. Chris Gayle and all his supporters. I want to send a message to Mr. Dave Cameron, wherever you are. All I want to say is, that's all. That's all I have to say, Chandresh.
That's all we have on this episode of World Cup Express. We'll come back soon with more.